I'm about to introduce to you one of my fave, YouTubers. I just love her. I mean, from the first day I watched her videos, right? I subscribed to her before she hit 500 subscribers. That's when I subscribed to her channel. And I tell you, she has been consistent with value. She has almost 25,000 subscribers now. And I'm talking about just within the space of maybe less than a year, but she will tell you her story. I'm not here to give you all her story because she has the floor now. Everybody say, welcome, Riva, welcome, Riva, welcome. So I'm going to bring her right now. I know she's blushing already. Woo! Oh my God. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Henrietta. I don't know what to say. My face is hurting already.
Oh my God! All right, I'm gonna get out of your space right now, but thank you so much for
No, no, no,
honoring
no, no,
me.
no, 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 no. See, listen.
I'm get no, no, no.
See,
I gotta listen. So I'm part of this conference as a participant too. So I gotta listen, take notes. Okay.
okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna get out of your space. So you can have your way. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later. Over to you.
All right, thank you. I feel so alone here now. This was different for me. First of all, I want to say thank you to Henrietta. I don't know where to look at my camera. I want to look at here. I want to look at the comments because this is why we are here. We are here for you today in this space. It's not about me on the screen. It's not about we were divinely appointed for this moment. We were divinely appointed for this moment for you. This is a divine appointment for you, Gloria, for you, Marvel, for you, Busayo, Jeremiah. I have looked at your channels already, and we are on divine assignment for you today. So thank you for Henrietta and Michael for being my co-host here, and Henrietta for allowing me to be in your space, and you all who decided to take time. I don't know what time it is in Nigeria right now. Let me know. Let me put my Nigerian accent. I'm not Yoruba. I'm not Igbo. I am a cousin. I am your American cousin here. What time is it here? I really appreciate you guys availing yourself,
It's
availing your time.
7:22. 7:22 our time here.
7:22. Yes, and it is right
What time?
now.
What's your
Holy
time over there?
moly. Let me tell you what time it is. It's my angel number 222, which is seriously divine timing and divine appointment for unity.
Wow,
Me,
that's
you,
two
God,
two
and Holy
twenty
Spirit.
two.
Yes,
Wow,
222.
awesome.
222 here. But we know that God is not a respecter of person, nor time or space. That is what we do because we have to have a, what do you call it? A reference point for us here in the human spirit to see what it is we were called to learn on this moment. It was a divine appointment for you guys to be here, for you guys to come together because it is all about community. Now, Henrietta, I want to say thank you, first of all, for growing with me on my journey. I didn't realize that you were an OG. You were an OG. You've been with me since I was at 500. Look at you coming back. I
Yeah,
know you wanted
yeah,
to be here.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you wanted to be
Maybe like
here.
400 subscribers or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember, let me tell you guys first before I say who I am. First of all, I want to say I have been you. I have been you. I remember being at 374 subscribers and feeling like I was stuck forever, right? And that was because I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really have a strategy back then. I was still learning about YouTube. Reveal channel gave me my first community. Yes. So it is about building community here more than it is about building views and building subscribers and all that. And I know you guys probably feel like, well, I need subscribers in order to have my community, but you really don't, because a lot of you all are going to have people watching you before they decide to subscribe to you. And I'm going to say it like this. People will ascribe to your message before they decide to subscribe to your channel. And it really isn't about just the subscribers at the end of the day. If you guys are looking at the numbers, and I'm preaching to myself right now because I'm a very analytical person when it comes to tracking growth and measuring things like that. But a lot of people will tell you, they will look at it from like a base standpoint of numbers and click-through rate and what do you call them, watch hours and all that. But you cannot measure impact by a number on a screen. You cannot measure impact by numbers on the screen. And my buddy Michael, which is actually my brother's name, Michael, right? Michael, I'm not going to preach right now, but I could because that's my foundation. The EL at the end of Michael means with God, but we're not going to preach right now. But Michael explained it best that it is really all about impact. And I am here to tell you that until the kingdoms of this world becomes the kingdoms of our God, he's not coming back. Because guess what? He's already here in us. We're supposed to be doing the work that is required to transform minds, to transform lives, to transform content, to transform everything in our human experience. I'm just gonna let that settle because I didn't come with a PowerPoint or an agenda. I really didn't know what the format was going to be for this. I thought it was my comfortable group setting with a lot of people on the screen and helping me out doing the live. But when God is in charge, you don't really, it doesn't matter about your agenda anyway, because he has his agenda. So I like to just flow and go with whatever God has me to do. And if you guys don't know, I have on my earrings today and they're Coach earrings because, this is the brand Coach. You guys know that. But I am a coach and I coach not just YouTube or content creation. I coach mindsets because you cannot create good content until you can coach yourself. Until you can coach yourself to wake up in a good mood, to coach yourself to be in the right mind and in the right spirit, to coach yourself to be good to your family, to coach yourself to go throughout whatever your 9-to-5 job is, until you can coach yourself to be in control of yourself, we can forget all about the content. You cannot measure impact by the number on the screen. You cannot, right? Because those numbers are like emotions. They go up, down, and all around. So if you are on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram strictly for numbers, you will be sadly disappointed. And I'm going to tell you another thing about numbers and monetization, because I think a lot of times we are jaded when it comes to coming on YouTube, especially because I will say this, YouTube is the best paying platform that is on social media right now. So yes, you would want to get your butt on YouTube. You would want to run over and get on YouTube, because if you're going to spend your time and you don't want to spin your wheels, then you want to do it efficiently, creating content for some place or social platform that is going to pay you more than most, right? So TikTok pays pennies, Instagram might pay you, Facebook pays you a bit more than Instagram because you don't have to do so much work like you have to do on Instagram. Instagram, you're going to have to post 3 to 5 times a day. Now, I came with strategy. I came with a word of God. I came with a little bit of inspiration. I came with revelation. I came with whatever God and the Holy Spirit has for me today. And I hope I'm not yelling. I hope my microphone's right here that I really like.
You're
But I
just
came to let you
perfect.
know.
You're
Yes.
just perfect, my sis.
Oh, thank you. So I didn't come. I'm coming off the dome with this today. And if if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I need to see it in the chat because that helps me to keep going. Speaking of which, I don't know how many of you all do lives. You need to go live if you're on YouTube. Go live or go home. Go live or go home. And the reason why I say go live, and I love this platform, I like how Henrietta has put it on StreamYard. You don't necessarily have to use a third-party streaming app. If you have 50 subscribers, you can go live right now, and I would suggest you do that before you do a short. I'm just going to say that. I would suggest you go live more than you do shorts. Shorts pays pennies on the dollar. Literally, the amount of time and the amount of money, which is your time is money. So although you may not equate it to actual money, your time is money. So if you're going to sit there and edit a video or do a short because you think it's short, it's not going to take much time, then honey, that those shorts are going to give you short pennies on the dollar. So take your time, go live, connect with your community, because that is how you are going to win on YouTube, is by connecting and building your own ecosystem on YouTube, so that way you can have a community of loyal, faithful people. There are people behind every subscriber. There are people behind every time somebody swipes to look at your live, because that's how it works. Every time. Thank you. I can't say your name, Bello. I can't say it, but I'm saying, like, you have to go live. Before you go short, go live. Just remember that. Before you go short, go live. And then, you know what else that lives do? Because I've been working with a lot of clients this week, and my rates are very affordable. My rates are very affordable. And we're going to talk about coaching, because you all have people right in Nigeria that you should be connecting with, if you trust them, that you should be getting some type of coaching or mentorship from. Now, going live helps you to develop your reps and sets, like speaking in front of the camera. Now, going live, it helps you because you don't need to be scripted. You should come with a point. You should come with some intention, and not just turn on your camera and hope the Holy Spirit will come down and give you some messaging. I'm pretty good at that because my first gift is speaking, but I'm an introvert, and I don't always like to speak in front of, like, because it's a crowd out there. I don't always like to speak, so it's not always that I'm going to feel like doing, but I do not turn on the camera unless I feel it in the spirit, unless I feel it intentionally. Now, if I feel it intentionally, God will give me the words. And if I've been divinely appointed, like now, like Henrietta has invited me to come here so I can speak international. It's my first global event. God will equip me to give the message that He has for the people. So this is interaction. I'm not going to wait till a Q&A for after, and I hope you have your notebooks, books, or something to write on, or something to write with. And I like that this is a segue right now, because I do have a workbook. So if you would have had your workbook or your guide ready, in my guide, I go over my experience that Henrietta was talking about, of, why I started YouTube. I started YouTube because God gave me a message and a mandate. He didn't give me everything. It was kind of like the Israelites when they had to go over the Jordan. He said, "You take one step, and then I'll open the way and show you the next stone to step on." So I didn't know exactly what the message was going to be, and I didn't know that this was going to be the method that God would use me to reach the nations. So by trade and by call, I'm an evangelist. I have a 9 to 5, but I don't preach or teach in the church. God has me on stealth mode to represent Him right where I am in the marketplace, right? So all of you all have a mandate and have a call and a message. That's why it's important for you to be able to hone in that craft, hone in your skill. Don't try to be like anybody else. It's okay to be inspired by someone, maybe by me, by Henrietta, by whoever it is, by your mother, whoever it is, or whoever it will be that will come in your space to inspire you. That's good. But what your inspiration needs to be is the person that you see when you look in the mirror every day, because only you can reach the people that you are called to reach to. And those are people, there are people out there waiting to see you. They don't want to see me, they want to see you. But if you don't push record and start that live, then they won't be able to see you. They just don't see me. So I want to encourage you. I call myself the chief cheerleader, your coach with the most, out there pushing you to your destiny, pushing you to your greatness. But I push you with a strategy. I have strategy. And going back to my journey, I remember when I first started this channel in January, and you guys know I'm coming up on 25,000 by the glory of God subscribers, people behind the subscribe button that ascribes to my message, that ascribes to my way of teaching, that ascribes to my humor, because I love to have fun. Like I said, I am an introvert, but when I need to get a message out there, God has me working in this way, and I like connecting with people. So I started back in January, and I said, because a lot of us do vision boards and all of those things in the beginning of the year. And I went before the Lord. I was walking on the beach in California, and I said, God, I can do a lot of things, and you've blessed me to do a lot of things well. But what I don't want to do in this season is do what I want to do. I want to do what you want me to do in this next season. So show me what it is that you want me to do. Because a lot of times we'll make plans and then God laughs at them, right? Because he has a divine plan for all of us, but we got to tap in. We got to tap in. And the way how I tap in is daily prayer, meditation. I do journaling. I do scripting. I do mirror work like David. He spoke to himself in the Lord and he encouraged himself when he was burnt out, when the funds were low, when things didn't look right. David encouraged himself. I do all of those things on a daily basis in order for my internal GPS to point me in the right direction. And so it was in January when I was walking the beach and I heard God tell me, and it wasn't like God came down from the sky, because God is within you. So I heard the voice of the Lord within me, in my head, in my tone, that said, I want you to do the largest amount of good. I want you to do the largest amount of good for the greatest amount of people in the shortest amount of time. The largest amount of good for the greatest amount of people in the shortest amount of time. That's the only word that I had. I didn't have a method, strategy, mode. I didn't know what to do, but I trusted God. And I would take these walks every morning. I call them my coffee with Christ. I would have my coffee and then I would walk on the beach in between my first and second cup of coffee. I would walk on the beach and then I would just get in nature, and I was by the water just like Jesus did, because you get a lot when you're out in nature. God is everywhere. He's able to get through your human self and speak to your spirit in that way. So it's good to get out of your environment. Like your home sometimes can make you feel like you're in a closed space. Sometimes you got to get out to clear your mind, to clear your spirit. And so that's what I did in 2024, in the beginning of 2024. But again, I'm a very creative person when it comes to visual creation. I'm an artist. I like to paint. I like to do all those things with the other side of my brain, because my 9-to-5 job is very technical. So I started creating content, and I would do shorts, and I didn't know anything about YouTube, like a tag or a hashtag or how long I should be doing these things, how to upload. I knew nothing really. I knew kind of how to upload, but I didn't know how to upload properly, right? I didn't know settings. I didn't know all the things that I teach you all now. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I just ask that you guys, if you're watching like now live, or if you're watching the record, the replay, or wherever you're watching from and whatever time zone you're in, I just ask, if you feel led, hit the subscribe button. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to be. I just knew I had a message, and I wanted to get it out as like a journal, like get it out of my spirit as a journal. I didn't know who would see the journal. It didn't matter. Not that I didn't care, but it just didn't matter. And I was kind of blind to it. And that was, I guess, interesting days back then. And then I started posting. I was good. And I never looked at numbers back then, between January and March, and then May of 2024. I really didn't look at the analytics. I don't even know that I knew how to get to the analytics. I don't think I knew how to get to that screen. And I'm going to check the chat to see if you guys have anything, because I don't want to be talking if you guys have questions. If you have questions, leave them in the chat. I'm sure that Henrietta will pop in, so that I can answer you real time. And then we'll have a little Q&A after. But then something happened. I stopped creating content on YouTube because life happened. And then from the time of March through like July, I didn't really upload consistently at all, at all. But you know what's crazy? I didn't know the impact. I didn't know the impact of when you stop creating until later when I learned and I created a system of tracking, and then I started to teach myself YouTube. Right, I'm a very systematic and technical YouTuber. But if you look at me and you look at my content, it's like humor sprinkled with a little bit of analytics. And that's how I like to be, because sometimes people get too much wrapped up in the numbers. They get wrapped up in their performances, and they get wrapped up, and then they start doing crazy stuff like Michael was talking about, performing for the people. It's not a performance. We need to be authentic. We need to be transparent, because that's what people came here for. We have a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I'm talking about globally, that we don't need people lying to our faces. We got to know people lying to our actual faces. Then I have people lying to our virtual faces on content. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, leave me a gem in the chat, because that's how I relate. I call myself the brown auntie, because everybody has a brown auntie that tells them the truth. You know, the one that like will tell you, "Oh, honey, did you gain some weight?" Right, when you don't want to be talking about how much weight you gain, but you have that one auntie that's just going to tell you the truth whether you want to hear it or not. I'm that brown auntie. Thank you, Henry. I'm the brown auntie that's going to tell you the truth about everything from these YouTube streets or your mindset, because like I said, they go hand in hand. So when I started learning about YouTube and what it takes in order to grow a channel, I was my own test case, or my case study. So what I did in September, July, August, and September, I remember it was late summer. I said, I'm not going to get to my monetization goal. And it was not about the monetization. It was that, oh my God, 365 days is coming, and I haven't met my goal. And it wasn't about the money, because I had no idea about the money. I knew about monetization, but I just knew that there was a date that I had to meet, this 365, or my watch time was going to start decreasing on a daily basis. And I put those roller skates on. I was like, oh my God, what do I need to do? So I just didn't panic without a plan. If you panic and you don't have a plan, then you're just scared. You're just fearful. And God did not give us the spirit of fear, but He gave us the spirit of power, love, power, and of a sound mind. So I had love in my heart to give a message. Love, power. Well, I had the power because He gave me the Holy Spirit. I knew that. But what is practical power and a sound mind? That together, to me, sounded like a plan. And I said, well, I know a little bit of math, and a part of the math that I don't know, I can go look up, right? I can create a spreadsheet. So I created a spreadsheet. I took my current subscribers and my current watch hours, which at that time I was at 374 subscribers. I had 74 videos on YouTube, and my watch hours were just shy of 1,000. And I put that on a spreadsheet. And you guys can go get a spreadsheet that's similar to that. I built a spreadsheet. Go to my Stan store, go to my channel, go to my Stan store, STAN.store, and go to free resources. Go and get or you can go to my community post, and I have the link there for the monetization, road to monetization spreadsheet. Go there, get your spreadsheet, plug in your own numbers. Don't mess up the formula, because it's got a formula embedded there so you guys can track every single day. Thank you. I'm glad you learned it. Praise in the house. I am glad you're learning, because that's why I'm here on YouTube. I just didn't know that that was my mandate or my mantle when I first started, and I'm going to get into that. And it's all in my book. Here's a shameless plug, The Conscious Co-Creator. So you guys can get it today. I'm going to put it on sale today for you all. I'm going to put it on sale today. It's normally $14.88 or $14.98. I think I have it ending in 8, because 8 is the number of new beginnings. And 8 is the number, if you turn it sideways, it is infinity. I'm a very highly spiritual person. Everything matters to me. So I'm going to put that book on sale for you all today. I'm going to run this sale all through May. It's going to be $10.88. And it's a workbook, it's a journal, it's a guide. It's a one-on-one for you. And if you can't afford the coaching, I have plans. But if you can't afford that, can you afford $10.88? That's one coffee to get that and to help you. And you're going to get the guide. You go to my channel, you got all these free resources. Wait till later today to get all the free resources, because I have to upload all of the free. It's so much free stuff that I give that I want you to go back later in your day over in Nigeria. And I want you to get all the free resources. So wait about 5 hours, go on there and just hit me up. Just flood it. Because I want you to get all this stuff for free. That cost me time, that cost me my edges, that cost me tears. I was out, there was times where I was very emotional about not growing, or I felt like I wasn't growing. So all my blood, sweat, and tears is what I put out here on my channel. Every time I do a piece of content, every time I upload something to my store, especially if it's free, if it's something that you pay for, I make sure I over deliver and under promise. I over deliver and I under promise. I avail myself. People have my phone number. They can get in contact with me when they're my clients. I'm there for them. You can ask them. So going back, I want you to use the spreadsheet so that you can track your own performance on a daily basis. So let me tell you about YouTube. YouTube, if you go on your analytics, oh, thank you. I received the blessing in Jesus' name. So if you go into your analytics, yeah, honey, I sell oil. That was my first channel, and I knew nothing about YouTube. But I'm trying to save your edges. That's the funny thing. I said my eyebrows and my edges. We're gonna show up on YouTube. Both of them. Both of them are gonna show up on YouTube when we show up. So listen, going back to the struggle of YouTube. When I felt as if like I had to hurry up and play the game of hurrying up, like I don't want to have to get to December and then realize I might not meet my goal of 365 days before I get invited to the YouTube partner program. Because just because you meet your hours and your watch time doesn't mean that they're going to accept you. Let me tell you guys this, because I didn't have a mentor, like a physical mentor. I watched bigger channels. I studied bigger channels. Think Media, Marcus Jones. I studied Calloway. I studied Modern Millie. I studied Jade Beeson. I can name a lot of them. Matt Gray from a brand and business perspective. I studied Future. I studied Grant Cardone for business. I don't ascribe to all of his stuff, but I subscribe to the business portion. And you guys, listen, I'm going to tell you this. Once you guys make a system and once you plan, you cannot fail if you make a plan. But if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. If you have a plan, then you have something to deviate, not from, but to enhance. You can tweak your plan. But if you have nothing to tweak. So whether it's you take a piece of paper and you write it down, you all have your phones. I take video notes in my phone. In the notes section, I screenshot inspiration ideas for thumbnails. I screenshot, I feed my chat GBT through my phone. I have all of the things. So you have to use your resources right where you are. Don't think, oh, I don't have a laptop, so I can't start today. Oh, I don't have a camera, so I can't start today. I have to wait because I don't have the mic. If you have a phone, you can start right where you are. And I advise you to do that. And that's how I started. And I still use my phone, although I have a DJ Osmo Pocket 2. I prefer to use my phone because that little bitty camera, I can't see. And I wear glasses. And if that's going to be an impediment to my greatness, then I don't need to use it. If editing is going to be an impediment to your greatness, like if it's going to be a blockage, a roadblock, you want to remove every roadblock. So that's what I did. When I got serious about YouTube, when Henrietta probably met me, I think I was probably 2 months into there before I got to 500. I got serious about YouTube, and YouTube started getting serious about me. And that's when I started looking at the numbers and the analytics. And then I made a strategy. And I'm going to share with you, if you don't take anything away from this conference, I'm going to share with you some things that I think might help you quickly. Like if you implement these things on your next video tonight or tomorrow, then you should start to see some kind of change and an improvement in your channel. Now here we go. Let me finish my story time with how I got to almost 25,000 subscribers. Is this. Once I made the spreadsheet, I made a plan, and my plan of attack is what I'm going to share with you today. Is this. If you can master your intro of your videos, which is the first 30 seconds, when I realized that YouTube is measuring you not just by your title or your thumbnail, but if somebody decides to click on that video, what YouTube grades you on, like you're in school, is the first 30 seconds of your video. And you can go in the analytics and go look, and I think it's reach, it's go in your analytics and go and look at your audience engagement. You need to see that you're able to hold your audience attention in the first 30 seconds of your video. Now, I'm not telling you to go do cartwheels or to go do some TikTok dance or be scandalous on YouTube. But if you are funny, if you talk slow, I'm going to need you to talk fast in the first 30 seconds. I'm not saying talk fast where people cannot understand you, but I'm going to say this for you all. Because Bawuni for Ama Yorubas, but I don't know Igbo too much. But I'm going to tell you this. If you are African, you should use captions at the bottom of your screen for English so that international places can understand what you are saying throughout your video. And I'm not just saying it for Africans, I'm saying it for anyone. So let me tell you what I did with my videos here recently, because YouTube unlocks certain features after you start to get to certain levels. So now they have just unlocked my auto dubbing. So of course I had you guys already auto dubbed from way back. I made sure that I was in Igbo, that it was in Yoruba, and I don't know if you guys can, if it's translated to that yet, but I made sure that I have auto dubbing because I want to reach people right where they are in the place where they understand me the best. That I don't want any impediments to you understanding what I'm saying or what God is saying through me. And it's not all about churchified religion talk, practical living, right? If you're on here on YouTube, spending your time, spending your dollars, right? Sometimes, like, I have an editor now because I spend money. I don't even really make money because now I'm reinvesting back into myself because that's how serious I am. So if you are spending your time, you want to make sure that you're making the best use of your time. So I would say if you are Igbo or Yoruba, if you're African, no matter where you're from the diaspora, that you are doing your videos, put English captions at the bottom, and then make sure when you do your subtitles, you do subtitles in all the language. If YouTube is only allowing you 5 major languages, make sure when you go to upload your video, you hit the subtitles button when you do the upload. Hit subtitles. And then in your customization, you make sure that you have added various languages, how many ever languages YouTube will allow you to have at the stage that you are in your journey. I have just unlocked that amount. I have a lot of languages now, and I've noticed that a lot of people are commenting from Brazil, from everywhere, Hindu, from everywhere. So those are the things that you allows translate for foreigners. Yes, allows translate for people who don't speak English, for people who don't speak Yoruba or Igbo or what's Ghana. Okay, so for all my Ghanaian family, and I did my ancestry DNA, I am African American. I'm a proud African American. Let me digress a little bit. So I did my DNA so that I can find out what tribe I'm from in Africa. That's how serious I am. And one day, God willing, before I, transition to the other side, I'll be able to know where my ancestors came from, because I understand I didn't come from America alone. Born here, wonderful. It's great. I'm happy to be here. However, I know my heritage, right? And I've lived in London before. I kind of know that I'm a mixture of Nigerian and Ghanaian. So there you go. Going back to YouTube. Now, I was able to grow my audience, my community from 500 subscribers all the way. I started to blow up off of one video. So I did a car video, you guys, and the thumbnail says it's all lies. And I did that video as a point of reference for people. Now, I didn't know I was going to blow up at the time, but what happened, I was testing something. So you know how on YouTube there's all these videos, especially I love you all, I love my Africans. But what happens is, like Michael said, people will take something and make a video about it and they've never tested it. That is what you don't do. And they make a video about it and they put it out there like it's gospel, like it's the New Testament of the New Testament. This is what you need to do on YouTube now. But first of all, a lot of that stuff got people demonetized. Restreaming on Restream.io with other people's content for more than 12 hours. Number one is other people's content. It's not your content. Number two is past 12 hours. So that's going to get you flagged on YouTube. Right. And so then they had people hating on Restream. It wasn't Restream's fault that you or whoever, buddy, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, decided to exploit the YouTube system without reading the YouTube guidelines. And that's what I'm going to say here. Read the YouTube guidelines when you guys are hearing these things that we're saying as content YouTube growth people, because I'm not an expert, right? I'm not an expert. I'm a coach. I help you. I always say that I'm just a little bit further along the way from you, helping you to not have to go through the same things that I went through. Guess what? Because I'm going to test everything. I test everything. If it doesn't work for me, I'm going to tell you it didn't work for me, but you can try it. But I'm not going to tell you to test something that's going to put your channel at risk. So I tested the upload. So I don't know if you guys know, there's a proper way to upload, and I do have an upload checklist. I'll make sure that it's on the free resources. I had to restructure my store, so just be patient. Get it later today. Come back or go look at my number one uploading method. That is 334,000 views on that video right now. Go watch it. Bring it back to life. Resurrect that video in the name of Jesus and Lazarus. Resurrect that video. So the number one uploading technique, I show you guys, and I know you've seen it. A lot of the African diaspora has taught on that, but we want to make sure that you really understand how to do it. And it's really important to give YouTube all of the information that they say you should. Now, it's not going to make you go viral, but it will give you a little bit more views or the opportunity to get more views. And when I say the opportunity is this, I'm a teaching moment right here. You want the opportunity to get views. What does that mean? When you go in your YouTube analytics, I want you to look for it says how viewers found your video. Okay. How viewers found your video. And under there, it'll say YouTube homepage or recommended or browse. You want to come up on the browse homepage. Everybody will have an opportunity if you did the upload properly. Now, if you didn't do the upload properly, I don't know where your video is going to be. I don't know where your video is. It might be on another dimension. I don't know. So if you upload properly, right, maybe you and let me tell you, YouTube is very forgiving, because I didn't know this for a long time, but I do know that's probably why I stayed stuck at the number of subscribers and views that I had at that time, was because I wasn't uploading properly. I didn't know about keyword optimizing my title, and tags is down there on the priority list. The priority list is this: thumbnail, title, all right? That together, topic. Because if you have a topic that ain't nobody looking for, then people aren't going to find your video because ain't nobody looking for it. So I did a video yesterday about thumbnails, because I can't stand thumbnails. I do good thumbnails. I do them. They're good. But I can't stand doing them. So I did a video about that, right? And I did not, so people might not be looking for thumbnails. So that didn't do as good as I wanted it to do. But because right now what's popping is how to get more views or how to change this setting. Let me tell you something about YouTube. There's not that many settings in YouTube that you can change to make your videos go viral. So you're going to have to do what Michael said, is to get better at storytelling. And I'm going to tell you this, when you do your stories, make sure the first 15 to 30 seconds of that story, if it's a 15-minute video, please make that first 30 seconds popping like fire, like I call it like bomb fire, and ask questions, right? I like to go through the who, what, when, where, and how. Who, what, when, where, and how in the first 5 seconds to 10 to 30 seconds of my video. What do I mean by that? You don't have to answer all five of they call the 5 W's, but how is not a W. But those questionary types of comments, like, what if I told you that walking through the African jungle is very dangerous? And that's more intriguing than I went through the African jungle. Well, actually, the way I say it is kind of intriguing. I almost got ate by a lion walking through the African jungle. That's a good intro. You want to find a way to capture your viewers' attention within the first line. Now, listen, I'm going to give you some secret sauce. If you have a really good title, like, so I'm in a YouTube growth niche, so my brain works like that. How to get more views, or how to work on your intro. Your intro sucks. Why does my intro suck? That's a good title. So what you want to do is repeat what you say in your title in let that be the first line. Let that be the first line of your video, saying it, because YouTube, the algorithm is listening for what you're saying on your video. And I like to say, make sure you say it, everything 3 times in the video, and make sure people see it 5 times somewhere. So the keyword is this, my niche. I'm going to use my niche because it's easier for my brain to work like that. How to grow on YouTube. How to grow is one keyword phrase on YouTube, or get more views. That's a key phrase. Give me an example of like one of your niches. Hello from London. I used to live in London. Hello, Gloria. I didn't know you lived in London. That's wonderful. I just checked out your channel and all your fabulous fashion, and I subscribed to your channel, and you are over 50, and so am I. I don't know how seasoned you are, but for you to be on YouTube and not afraid, I give you your flowers, honey. If you are whatever age or stage that you're on, if you're an adult, you should be on YouTube, creating some kind of extra passive income stream for yourself and for your family. Okay, so I want to talk about other niches. 66 years old, I say 66 years young. I always ask, how young are you? Because I don't like the term old. How seasoned are you? Like a good steak. Relationship and lifestyle. Relationship. Okay, so example, I would say, okay, so for a relationship channel, I would say, how to mitigate arguments. Okay, no. Here's a better one, because I want to talk about how to get over arguments fast. How to not go to sleep with anger the real way, in parentheses. How not to go to bed angry. how how to how to how to serve your spouse in a godly way, or because you want to say how to, and because especially if you're like a teaching sharing channel and you're not a vlog channel, most of us are teaching or sharing the how to. Yeah, I saw your channel and I subscribed, Miss Jeremiah. So yeah, and you have a very good presence on camera, like Gloria. Camera presence is a thing, you all. If you have to practice before you press record, a lot of times I do content after work and my voice is raspy, my eyes are red, so I use Visine, I kind of prep. And what I do before I press record, I have everything already set up. And before I press record, I usually just talk. I'll start talking to myself out loud. Sometimes I'm reading the script, like, because I don't really stay like on the script anyway. I just have it there as like a reference or some bullet points, and I'll just start talking like this. I'll just start, hey, how's it going? Because your voice needs time to warm up, and your presence on camera, where you're not acting, but you are an on-screen persona. People are ascribing to you. So you have to think from the end and reverse engineer what you want or how you want to be seen by your viewer. So you are a content creator, but you also have to put yourself in the mind of a viewer, because you're looking at YouTube anyway. If you're like me, I look at YouTube. But now I look at YouTube from a different lens, a more critical lens. And I say, well, how could I have made that video better? Or how could that person have made that video better? And a lot of times for free, I'm down in your comments saying stuff like, maybe you need to do some hashtags, or rethink your title. I do that stuff for free to just try to help out. So let me go over a little bit of my book, and then why, how I got here to 25,000. Let me tell you how I got to 25,000 strong. People, community. It wasn't about views. It wasn't about watch hours. It was about me serving. I found my calling after I did an experiment on YouTube. So this is what I did. Let me tell you the story. I didn't like feeling scripted or feeling like I had to be ready before I was ready on YouTube. Like, before I pushed the record, everything had to be right, and then I had to, be ready. I didn't like that feeling. I wanted to be me before you. I wanted you all to see my heart, see my face, see me when I'm good, like when I got makeup on, like today, and when I didn't have on any eyebrows. I wanted you to hear what I had to say, and I wanted you to hear it in an authentic way. And not only that, I didn't feel like editing. So I did not feel like editing. Editing took a long time. I used CapCut. I love CapCut. But I didn't feel like editing. So I had all these issues that were combined that I wanted to get over. And you guys can look at my I have a playlist called the No Edit Challenge. The No Edit Challenge. I want you guys to look at those, and let me tell you, that opened my eyes. Not just, it achieved the goal that I wanted to achieve, which was, I didn't want to worry about what I looked like in the camera. And sometimes I needed to be able to come on the camera live, like push the live button and just go. And I couldn't do that before the No Edit Challenge. So I challenge you, if you want to go live, or you want to get more comfortable about getting in front of the camera, then I want you to do your own hashtag No Edit Challenge. And that's how you're going to grow your own community. Because if they see you doing something, because I don't do anything that I don't tell my community members or my clients that I'm coaching to do something I haven't done before. And if we're learning something new, most of the time I've learned some of it before, and then I'll let them know, I'll be transparent that we're going to learn this part together. But I want you to challenge yourself and challenge your community to overcome something that you or them may need to overcome. So the No Edit Challenge is what happened. I did the video in the car. I did it with the best uploading method that I told you how to do, which is to make sure you change the file name before you upload. Make sure you use youtube.studio.com, the web version, www, on your Chrome browser. That's what I do from my phone or from my computer. That's what I do whenever it's time for an upload. I only use that little plus button on the app if I don't have a proper internet connection. And will your videos get seen that way? They will. Will they go out differently? Yes, they will. It goes out differently. It's an app. So it's a different server. It's a different everything. So I'm not saying you won't get as many views. You will get some views. Your video may reach the viewers. But when I use the YouTube Studio.com desktop version, whether it be on my phone or on the iPad or on my computer, mixed with the right title, with the right thumbnail that's engaging, and I had the right intro, because I came out on that video and said, listen, Ain't nobody got time for the music, the long intros, that music that don't nobody like. Anyway, they want you to get to the point to which they're on the video for. Get to the 3 tips. If you told the people on your video 3 tips on how to grow on YouTube, I need for you to be funny and tell me that's we're gonna talk about that on this video. So say that in the first 5 seconds. In this video, you're gonna get the 3 tips of how to grow on YouTube within the next 30 days. But let me tell you this first. So you can do it like that and still have the funnies in there, and then get to the 1 to the 2 points and save your 3rd point to last, because you want your audience retention, your average view duration, to still be on your video. You're not going to give them all 3 points or 15. And then, I mean, what are they going to watch the rest of the video for? There's nothing to watch. So you give them a little tidbit, give them what they came for in the first 5 to 30 seconds, right? And make it funny, make it interesting. And then do a little call to action, whether you have a product, service, or good. Because let me tell you something. If your call to action only is like, subscribe, and share, you're missing a huge opportunity. Let me say that again. If your only call to action, your only CTA, call to action, is like, subscribe, share, go down and comment, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and all these other social medias. If you don't have a product or good look, like that's what I say, product, good, or service, whether or not that service could be, let's connect. Let's reason together. If you have a book, put the book. If you have a coaching service, if you're a consultant, if you have products, if listen, I'm not affiliate marketing, but if I had these like, hey, blah, 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 my hair looks good, I got my hair done today. If you are a hairdresser, talk about your store. If you have hair, because it's not my hair, but I bought it, talk about where you got it from. Yeah, my hair's popping today, and I'm going to get into my points. If you like this hair, check me out down below. I'll leave a link. Your call to action should be more than like, subscribe, and share. Because you have to remember, YouTube is a vehicle for your revenue, your vehicle for your connection points, your vehicle for connecting to your audience and blessing their lives, whether it's with encouragement, with inspiration, with value. You should always be giving value to your viewers. Tangible, inspiration, entertainment, engagement, product, service, good. Yes, your call to action is key. That's what Henrietta says. So that's what I want you to develop here. And now, I mean, I don't know, because I'm bad when it comes to lives, to know when my time is up. I just know, like, I can somehow tell when it's been like an hour. And I don't like to, like at church, when you have the pastor that likes to give the 5 closings, I'm not that pastor. Thank God I'm an evangelist. Evangelists, we say what we have to say, and then we run it. We keep it going. We go to the next assignment. So I want to get to your questions. If you have any questions for me today, shameless call to action is to check out my Stan store. I could probably link it here, which I will, but I'm going to wait for your questions to come in, because this is your time. I'm here for you. I am here for you.
Woo! Awesome, awesome, awesome. My God, mind blowing. You got me in here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, guys, time for questions. Please go ahead, drop your questions in the comments, and I'll be highlighting it. Okay, I'm out of here.
You're welcome, Miss. I can't say it. I wish I can say it. Agbato. Jim. I think it's Bime. I have to say the GB together. Bimisola. You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. Let me see. I'm gonna go back into the comments, into the chat. When you get serious with YouTube, YouTube gets serious. Thank you for dropping gems. Miss Gloria, thank you for the fire bombs, girl. Thank you, thank you. Yes, if you don't, yeah. So listen, I just advise, let me tell you what I do for my clients. I don't have a cookie cutter program. When I do coaching, and I will coach you all from Nigeria. I mean, we know the time difference now, and it's really affordable. And I have payment plans. And you can do a one-time coaching, or you can get into the plan. A lot of my people have re-signed up, as I thought I was going to end the sessions for 12 weeks, which took our 12-week sessions ended up taking so 12 weeks is 4 months, and we ended up taking like 5 to 6 months, and then they signed up for more. And what I did for them when they signed up for more, I gave them access to the end of the year, because that's how I roll. I don't try to fleece people. I mean, nobody's that desperate. God will provide. God is doing the providing over here. So people have re-signed up, so my slots are very tight, but I'm willing to take more people. And you guys just email me what you know, maybe we can do a deal, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I have assistant now. I have a part-time person who helps me to organize my schedule, and I have an editor who helps me to do my videos so I can do more coaching. And I'm also 5 pages, holy moly. So listen, Miss Gloria in London. What part of London are you? Please tell me. I used to live in Peckham, and I did hair in Stretton. I used to live in Peckham, and I did hair in Stretton. Please, can you repeat the number of times one should repeat the title video? One time you can repeat the title in the beginning, the first 5 to 10 seconds of your video. So say, for example, your video title could be how to create more self-care. I just came up with, I don't know. So you say in the beginning of your video, you can say something you want to say self-care. And you want to say self-care 3 times in the video, throughout the video. So the key word is self-care. The how-to is part of the phrase. So you can say, I was wondering, so you can say this: I work a 9 to 5 job, and my time is so short, and my life is so stressful, and I needed to figure out how to get more self-care in my life. That's an intro. I work a 9 to 5, and my 9 to 5 is working me. How can I get more self-care in my life? And then you cut to your little intro, whatever that is, if you want to do that little bit of whatever people do. I don't do a lot of that. I don't do a lot of, hi, welcome back to my channel, I'm Riva, blah, blah, blah. I don't do a lot of that. I definitely don't do the whole music, da, 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 and swiping to this, because people have been swiped off my video because they don't want to see that. They want to get to the meat, to the potatoes. They want to eat the dinner, and they want to get on to the dessert. I'm really inspired to start a YouTube channel. What advice for you? What advice I have is to study first. Study. Get 3 mentors in your niche, and I want you to study them. When I say study, I mean you are watching, you are subscribing to those 3 people that you would like to become. I like to be like on my own, but I like to be like so and so, and you fill in the blank and make sure it's 3 different channels, but make sure these people are in your niche. Don't come over here if you're a relationship niche. You want to be like me? I'm a YouTube coach and mindset, personal development. I'm YouTube. I'm how to grow on YouTube. And a lot of my clients do say that when we first started coaching, I'm like, who are your channel mentors? And they'll say, you. I said, no. Who do you watch mostly? You. But you're a chef. You're a cooking channel, but you watch me. So what happens is you're training the algorithm. The algorithm is watching what you do first, and it's picking up your patterns. So when you start uploading, if your relationship channel, but you're watching how to grow on YouTube, and you put up your video about relationships, it's going to say, I don't know what audience to put your content out to, because you've been over here in this YouTube growth niche 90% of the time. So what I do, I have my clients split up their time. They need to be 60 to 80% watching their own niche, training their own YouTube algorithm so that when they upload a video, it gets pushed out to the people who are watching those same things over there. So, and then the 40 or 20% that you're watching how to create your content, that's fine. But 60% to 80% of the time, you need to be operating in your own niche, in your own area, in your own genre. Hope that answers your question. So that's what helped me, is that I spent all my time operating in my own niche. You know why? Because I needed to see what was working and what wasn't working. And I needed to test these various things that people said that were working, that some of them don't work. Now, I will tell you this, what people in my niche will do, they will exploit. I'm going to talk about my own folks, talk about my own people. They will exploit one little portion and say, this is a thing that's going to make you get all the views. No, it's not. You have to do a combination of all the things, and then you need a little bit of Jesus to help you out. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it depends on what your audience, my audience is not your audience. So it depends on what your audience has an appetite for at the time that they want to see those things. Because, like, what if you upload at 10 o'clock at night how to grow on YouTube? People are not watching how to grow on YouTube at 10 o'clock at night. They're probably watching some kind of drama, soap opera, storytelling, or whatever. That's what they're watching at 10 o'clock at night. So what time are you uploading? You could have did all of these things correct, uploaded properly, all of that. But you uploaded your content at the wrong time to your audience. So that's a gem right there. Now, let's take, for example, Miss Gloria. If I was Miss Gloria and I got a fashion channel and I'm kind of a vloggy channel and I do some talking heads sometimes, I would make sure that I'm uploading Friday morning. People are shopping on the weekends. They're not doing a lot of shopping during the week because they're at work trying to earn the coins during the week. But on the weekend, they're about ready to go shopping. So I would start hitting the people up on Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I would probably do some shorts at Thursday. I don't do a lot of shorts, but if I was in that genre, I would probably do, and let me tell you what I would do. Let me give you some nuggets, some free nuggets right here. If I was coaching Miss Gloria, we wouldn't just be talking about how to make money on YouTube with the YouTube partner program, with the Google AdSense. That's not all what we're talking about. We're going to say, that's one stream. Okay, we got that. We got to upload in order to do that. But what we are going to be working on is how to get you some brand deals. How you should be working towards getting partnerships with different businesses in your area. Because if you can wear the clothes that's in your neighborhood and they get free advertising because those clothes are on your back, you need to be working a partnership in your network. Your network equals your net worth. So you should not only be looking at YouTube partner program. Great, that's wonderful. I'm using YouTube as a vehicle in order to do my marketing and my networking for my business, for these people that I'm partnering with. Because guess what? Every business is looking for influencers. And I'm going to be helping people like that look for different brand deals. We're not going to go in talking about, oh, I need to get some views. I need my watch time to go up. No, what businesses have you partnered with to go in all dressed up, glammed up and pretty and say, look, I bought this from your shop, your boutique. Do you mind if I give you a shout out if you give me a 10% discount on my next purchases? I'm going to just leave that one right there. You can do that in your own community. I really don't know how to niche down. I talk on faith, self-development. You got a lot of topics. Right. Okay. So I find strength in these topics. How do I niche down? So I would test every one of those topics, and how you test them is by the rule of 3 is what I call them. So you want to do 3 videos back to back. And I'm not talking about shorts, because shorts, that's a whole other demographic. It's a whole nother algorithm. It's a whole nother metric. I'm talking long form video. Do 3 and see what resonates. If you do 3 on faith, because the first video, you can't do testing on one video and think you're going to have some kind of metric or data. You don't have enough data to work with. You don't know what's happening on one video. So do 3. And that's when I did the no edit challenge. And I was like, wow, people are really resonating with this whole, I don't like to edit. I like to create content. And then they liked how I was teaching. And that's how I was able to discover those two things and that I was a good teacher. And so from there, I pivoted. It wasn't a complete pivot, but well, it was a complete pivot of my channel because at the time I was personal development only. But once I started to test the rule of 3 with the no edit challenge with 3 videos, that's how long I was able to last in the no edit challenge. I think it was a 7-day challenge and I lasted 3 days. And I got on and I said, you guys, I only lasted 3 days of the challenge. And I told them why, because every time I would teach. Now, listen, in my no edit challenge, I had a day where I did no script. I said a no scripted challenge. But I still had like a little card, index card with 3 points. And so I didn't want to be fumbling around. And I just told the people that I can't stand, I'm not going to be rambling Riva before you, grasping for things to say when the record button is on. I like to come with some kind of value. So I did that. And then that's from there is when I did the car video, because that was, I saw people doing the car video and I kind of knew it was trending, but I really had something to say. Let me tell you how the car video happened. Time was of essence. I was multitasking. I had just got off from work, going to pick up my son from Carline from school, and I had an opportunity to turn the camera on, and I had a message, and I did it, and I knew how to upload. I did the upload properly, and I just said, forget it. I did everything. I said it, forget it. You guys, that video got 8,000 views by 2 days. 2 days, 8,000 views. And right from then, and I still wasn't really, how do you call it? I was impressed, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going viral. No, I was like, whoa, that uploading thing really works, but I didn't tell nobody. I told no one about the file name change, right? I didn't do that because I hadn't tested it 2 more times. What I did after that car video, It's All Lies, that's the name of the thumbnail. I uploaded my next video, and I think that one was no views, no problem, is what the thumbnail is. You guys, let me tell you something. And I uploaded the right way because I was still testing that upload the right way theory. I uploaded that video. I had a good message, I had a good title, and I uploaded the right way. I had a good system. That video got, so that one took off. It went crazy. It was like 8,000, 16,000. It went crazy. It was like 22,000. And right now that video, I think it has 74,000. So that was my actual first viral video, that one. So remember, I told you the rule of 3, when it's time to test anything, I use a rule of 3. My next video was stop uploading. Like, stop now. That's that 334,000 view video. And I was like, you're uploading the wrong way. Like, once I knew I had the data, I could stand on my system. I could stand on the word. And I just wanted to warn people to just do that thing, because this is what I discovered. And that's how I came out there, because people were just uploading and just posting, because this is what was out at the time. Just post. That's what everybody was doing. Post a video, post. So I got emotional and I was like, stop posting. And I still feel like that, because people are just telling you to post, but they're not giving you strategy. People are telling you to post, but they're not giving you a system. People are telling you to do content, but they're not giving you a method. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm in this space. And that's why I like doing what I do. And yes, I'm still working a 9-to-5 job. And so I'm a part-time content creator with a full-time heart to serve. And I will be retiring in about 1.5 years, and I'll be doing this full-time. And the vision for us in the Reveal community, and I'll say in your communities, we're partnering together. I'm going to call those things that be not as though they are. All you all have your own communities. And when it's time to come together, we're going to bring all our communities together, and we're going to do these meetups globally. If the world doesn't come to an end, we're going to do all these meetups globally. So that's the vision. And I want to just continue to create value for everybody globally. What's your 9-to-5 about? So I can't disclose all of my 9-to-5 because of disclosures, but I have a government job. So that's what I can say about that. I have a government job and I lead leaders from an executive standpoint. And I lead a lot of people, and I've been doing it for 31 years. 31 years, government, nothing that I say is backed by the government. It's backed by Riva Reveals, LLC. Let's get that clear. So I do like doing what I'm doing, and this is my part-time job. It's a job because content and serving people is a job. I am a wife. I have 2 kids. My daughter is 35 this year, and my son is 13 years old. Our community right now, I'm coaching about 20 people. No, I think, I think I'm at 17 people. And I call them, I mean, we're family. We get together. It's crazy. It's so wonderful that we're like family now. So, what other questions? Rule of 3. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I really don't have any. Okay, so yeah, I think we went over all the questions. Northwest London. I see you're being cryptic, Miss Gloria. You don't want to tell me what city, but that's okay. And I'm on the East Coast of America. All right, I think that's it. I don't want to be before you long. I'm going to show you the cover of the book, and we can flip through it here. It's a workbook. It's 10 chapters. It's not lines when you buy them. I heard somebody bought a book and it was just lines, guys. It was just lines. But you're going to have to do some work, some reflections, some affirmations. There's Bible verses in here as well to do your affirmations in the morning. These are my insights. And I made it intentionally have brown people in there because I love my brown people. I love all people. But I think, I want to serve us as well. Like, you guys are my priority. I like this a lot. And these are systems. They also correlate with the videos. And this, my friends, will be a book, and the course is coming. Henrietta, where you at, girlfriend? Oh, I'm
Wow.
Miss Gloria. See, I don't know where that
Wow.
is. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. My God. I'm stoked. Thank you so much. I mean,
You're
this
welcome.
day, this day has been long in coming, and I'm super excited that it has finally arrived. Thank you so much, Riva, for all the gems you dropped here. I'm telling you, you have been a blessing. I mean, everyone here has seen that. Please, guys, please share a lot of love in the comments. Share a lot of love for my darling Riva. I mean, she has really dropped a lot of gems, right?
Can I
So
say
please go ahead
something,
and
Miss Henrietta? Can I please say something with you on the screen?
you said what?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, you guys that have decided to join, I wanted just you all to support Miss Henrietta, because let me tell you, she has availed herself, and the way how she presents herself is very passionate and professional. And I want to make sure that you all go and you support her, and then you spread the word, that you share her channel, and that you share her message as well, because she probably won't she won't display her own flowers. So I want to be able to lift her up to you all, and for you all to share and support her. Okay, so that's my clarion call, is for you all to help to support you, because you are a good ambassador.
Wow. Oh my God. Thank you so much, sis. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much. God bless you. Real, real good.